There's a fish. Big fish. Oh yeah. Holy moly. High flyer. Boy, this guy ate his Wheaties this morning. Boy, I hooked him kind of weird. Huh. Ate it funny. There's a nicer one. Yeah, take those all day. These fish are strong. Midsummer, water's warm. They are fired up. It's cool. That's what he's living in right there. That is beautiful coontail. And this stuff lives all season long. It'll just keep growing and growing and creating these big pillows of coontail, and it'll even mat up. This stuff, once it's up and green like that, fish will use it for the rest of the year. This is coontail. You can see how thick and dense it is. It's about 3 feet below the surface, but as soon as they get out to about 9 feet, 9.5, boom, it stops. Then it's clean, and you can see there's some bluegills and stuff off the edge, and there'll be bass out there too, but right now the deal today has been on that outside edge of the coontail. Just kind of flipping up in it a little bit, letting that bait fall in a slack line straight down into it, and it shoots down there, and the fish just react to it and they bite it. But I let it hit bottom, pull it, kind of shake it a little bit. You can feel those branches of coontail you're popping it through. Pop it, let it fall back down, and as soon as I get to the outside edge, shake it a couple times, reel it in, make another cast. But it's pretty easy as far as boat control goes. You just kind of figure out right where that weed line is, and between 9 and 10, so I keep the boat in roughly 10 feet and just making a short flip out. You're gonna notice as you pay attention to your depth finder, if the weeds come and make a point or something and you come up on it, you know, mark a waypoint and then come back to it, or fish it as you're there. But if you kind of run up on it, you might mess it up a little bit, but just take note of all those things, and the more you fish that lake or that area, you get a sense of how it lays out, and there's little sweet spots, little inside turns, little points, things like that, spots where the bait fish might be more plentiful, and those are things to take note of, and because that's where the fish are going to be, the bigger ones and the schools of fish. What's cool about this technique is you're often going to encounter a school of fish, so it's a place you can kind of park and cast, and just catch them. It's a really cool deal, this summertime coontail fishing. Oh yeah, there's a big one. Big fish. Oh yeah, man, that fish was strong. Gosh. Oh man. It's a nice one. He's not that big though. My gosh, was he strong. Thought I had a 6-pounder on, but I'll take him. The one recent thing I've been doing with this Tokyo rig is this slider weight. This is the deal. This thing comes through everything. Just one weight, pop it on there. Grass, rock, wood, doesn't matter. It comes through it. Man, what a nice fish. Big, healthy, chunky fish. And feeding up. Wide gap hook to the craw tube. Right in the middle. Go up. Not too much, just enough. Texas Riget. You want that welded ring to have good freedom of movement on the eyelet of the hook to maximize the action. So you don't want to put too much meat up on that bend of the hook, just enough to keep it there. And that's all there is to it. You've probably heard or seen the Tokyo rig before, but with this weight down here, the bait swings totally free like that. It changes the action of any of your favorite plastics, and it's something the fish haven't seen, and they bite it. I don't know how else to say it, but they absolutely eat it. Everywhere I fish this thing, all season long. all over the country, this thing works really, really well. And what's cool is I can go flip it against the bank, flip it by a dock, flip some trees, some lily pads, standing timber, out on a weed edge like I'm doing right now. It doesn't matter. You can put a swim bait on it, drag it out deep, put a creature bait, drag it out deep. It's a very versatile rig, but that freedom of movement, I can't emphasize it enough. It changes the bait. It's very, very unique, and it works.